The Goblin Emperor obviously uses the terms goblin and elves for these ethnic groups, terms that, especially since Tolkien, have been very much standard tropes in fantasy fiction, and following Tolkien are usually used to designate beings of fundamentally different species, right? Like in Tolkien, a goblin or kin, the orcs in Lord of the Rings are called goblins, a kind of more childish name and traditional name in The Hobbit. The idea that orcs and elves could intermarry and have children is unacceptable. They're just alien and they're different. These are not your normal fantasy races, and it takes a while to overcome that expectation. Addison works by carefully subverting the expectations you tend to bring to fantasy fiction. And here in Addison, race operates like race does for us. It is a bunch of mostly superficial differences in appearance from different ethnic groups. Like Maya has a goblin mother and an elf father, and so he has some features. He has some of his dad's eyes and some of his mom's skin color, and that's pretty much how it goes. Not so different from, actually exactly like the way ethnic intermixing operates in the 100,000 Kingdoms. Like I got the shortness of my people and the brownness, and I didn't get the curve, but I got the flat chestedness of my father of my mother's people. Blah, right? And Maya doesn't particularly love how he looks, but that is really the only difference. It is superficial, although deeply socially charged. Also, not unlike the real world. It's not that races are different species here as they're imagined to be in Tolkien, but that they're superficially different and socially made an enormous deal over, in ways that create real social realities. Also, unlike Tolkien, being having goblin heritage doesn't give Maya any goblin skills. Can he see underground at night? No. Does he long to work gold for Gringotts Bank? He does not. Is he naturally greedy? F no. Um, you see where the idea of intrinsic racial characteristics maps onto that idea in the real world in a problematic way very, very quickly. He doesn't speak the language. He wasn't raised speaking Goblin. He doesn't speak Goblin. He doesn't know any of the culture. He sent a special like Goblin decorative message, and he can't decode. He has to go get the gardener, who's Goblin, to explain to him what is even going on. Right? The way the way nationality works. If you if you were raised in a country speaking the language of that country, you speak that language, and Maya does. And we when we meet his goblin grandfather, like that is a different that's a person from a different culture. Right? It is very clear that that guy had no hand in raising our main character. Or and there's a reason the great Arvar of the goblins is not called Serenity. Serenity is not his deal. The other thing, because this novel works by setting up very standard ground conditions from previous genre fiction and then going in a different direction with them. The fact that Maya is half elf and half goblin is gradually revealed, kind of casually, to not make him unique at all. That tons of people are like this, that it's in fact very normal. Addison doesn't play the genre of, oh, I'm divided. I have these two. I'm this tragic figure from two different like backgrounds. How could I ever do it? It's like no, he's actually. It's like oh, I'm was raised an elf and I'm an elf, but oh look, I have these relatives. It's great. That's that thing. He is not unique in being the child of a mixed marriage. There are tons of such people all over his court in lowly positions mostly, but a few of them in fairly high ones.